Welcome everybody. Why does this video look so weird? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna call it good there. Welcome to Wednesday's workout. We're doing, hang on, gotta get this adjusted. Something's funky. There we go. Looks a little better. Supersets, as always. We've been doing supersets for a while, and we're going to continue doing supersets probably for another week or two. I know it is a little bit more advanced than the average workout, but bear with me. If you need something that's a little bit more foundational, you can go back through my workout library. I got a lot of videos in there, and you can find some stabilization work or some basic strength training. We're working on muscle endurance with our supersets, so it's a little bit more of a push. That being said, as per usual, you only need 2 medium weight hand weights. If you have other equipment, bring it on over. Have it in your space. Have it handy. Leg bands, if you have them, are great. Heavier weights, lighter weights, whatever you feel like you're going to need. But you don't need a whole lot. And as always, if you want to do this body weight, you technically can. It just won't be as difficult. Just depends on where you're at, how you're feeling. That's it. All right, let's get warmed up. It is raining today, and for the next while, 6 days, 7 days, solid week of rain, which we need, but definitely puts a damper on things. I feel like normally it wouldn't be an issue, but because of COVID, it's like, well, at least I am pretty much still just doing outdoor activities, and it kind of kills all that. No outdoor activities. 10 arm circles back, 10 arm circles forward. I know I didn't say that out loud, but hopefully you're just imitating what I'm doing, following me blindly. We've got our happy classical music playlist in the background, which I did not create. I should disclaim that I did not create this playlist. It is not mine, but it is a good one. All right, nice wide stance, going for our thoracic twists. So reaching down towards the floor. If you can't reach the floor, you can grab a book or a yoga block or something to use as a buffer for your hands. And then we're just rotating up towards the ceiling. 5 on each side. And then coming on up to standing, maintaining that wide stance, we're going to come down into our little side lunge stretch, sitting back and down over the heel, stretching out that inner thigh on the straight leg. 5 to each side, only coming as low as feels comfortable for you. Whatever feels good. Woo! You hear the things popping in my body right now? It was like an ankle and a hip and a knee all at the same time. This is what being in your mid-30s does to you. Things start to click in ways that they didn't before. Okay, going for a hamstring stretch. Crossing one foot in front of the other, reaching down towards the toes. You don't actually have to touch the toes if you can't reach, but you're aiming in that general direction. Couple more seconds here. Then we're going to switch sides. And other side. Crossing one foot in front of the other. Reach for the toes. come on up. We're gonna finish up with our leg swings. As always, hang on to something if you need balance. Also, I know it's weird, I keep like massaging my face. I have talked about this salivary gland issue that I've been having before. It's still happening. It's been almost 2 months. It's still a problem. It's not fun. But if you see me massaging my face, that's why, because it hurts all the time. So, and when it gets swollen, like the massaging kind of helps bring it down. So, leg swings. Ten on each side. And other side. All right, let's do this thing, shall we? So, core circuit today. Got a side plank on the right, side plank on the left, and then a Russian twist, for which you will need one weight, or you can do this without weights, whichever you prefer. So, side plank options. You've got 3 options. Level 1, you're going to be on your knee and your elbow. So regardless, elbow is right under the shoulder. And then bottom knee is going to stay on the ground. Top leg will be straight. Now make sure that your bottom knee and your other leg are perfectly in line with your hips. So you don't want the knee to be forward. Everything should be one straight line and then lifting up onto that knee and elbow and hanging out there. That's level 1. Level 2, both legs are out straight, but the top leg is in front and the bottom leg is in back. So you've got sort of a tripod. Well, no, I guess it's like a duopod effect happening. And then you're lifting up on both legs and the elbow. And then level 3, feet are stacked, one on top of the other. And you're lifting, whoa, you're lifting up and you're not falling over. Okay, so pick your level, whatever feels good for you. You can also do these up on your hand. That's fine if you want to. I don't generally like doing side planks on my hand because it's a lot of strain on your wrist, unlike a regular plank where you're putting your body weight on both hands. Your side plank, you're putting your whole body weight on one hand, and so it ends up being a lot of work for the wrist. Regardless of your body weight, it's still likely putting too much strain on the wrist. So I know it puts too much strain on my wrist. So just find the one that works for you. I'm going to be stacking my feet. We're going, let me show you the Russian twist. So we're doing side plank on the right, then same thing on the left. And then the last one, Russian twist, you can either keep your heels on the ground and then weight is going side to side, or if you don't want to use a weight, just your hands, or you can lift the feet up either together or cross at the ankles, which I like to do, and side to side. The reason I cross at the ankles is I tend to get a lot of fatigue in my hip flexors because they're pretty tight. And so crossing at the ankles gives them a little bit more support so they're not straining to keep the legs up. You might ask like, isn't it good to make them do the extra work? If they tend to be tight anyway, you're just exacerbating the issue. So not necessarily a good thing. Okay, round 1. When you're ready, 30 seconds of everything and go. Make sure you're breathing throughout all of these, please. Ten more seconds here. And last 5. Here's 3, 2, 1. And then we're going straight to the other side. Same thing on left. Right up into it. A little too close to my couch right now. Try to keep the chest nice and open so the top shoulder isn't folded forwards. Your chest, shoulders, hips, everything should be in one straight plank line. 10 more seconds. Last 5. And 3, 2, 1. And then, oh, I played this. Russian twist. This is the minute waltz. I did not play it this fast when I played it. Probably because I was like 14 years old. You know, it's kind of sad to think about sometimes. I do think about this a lot. 10 more seconds. Then I am 34 now. And hang on. 3, 2, 1, and break. In theory, I've been playing piano for 28 years. But I was so much better at piano when I was like 16, 17 than I have been in the last 10 years. I sometimes watch videos. I have like videos of my like high school senior recital. And it's like, good Lord, I've wasted my talent. But, you know, lives change. All right, going into round 2. 5 more seconds of rest. If you're resting with me, if you want to take a longer or shorter rest breaks, then you can time for yourselves at home. But I'm going in 3, 2, 1, and lifting it. Ten more seconds. Last 5. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, and then we have Vivaldi. Ugh, he's so comforting. All right. Other side. Right into it. Something on my couch that's not supposed to be there. What is that? Huh. All right, 5 more seconds. Sorry, distracted by dirt. 3, 2, 1, and then going into that Russian twist. Right into it. No time to stop and chat. Make sure you're breathing, please. And last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right. Second rest. 1 more round. Closing in on the end of our core work here. Oh, my face hurts, y'all. I'm so tired of my face hurting. So tired. You know what I've noticed? Have I already talked about this? I feel like I've already talked about this. When you have a health issue and you tell people about it, suddenly everybody becomes a doctor. Has anybody else had this experience? It happened when I first got diagnosed with my chronic illness, and it's been happening since this salivary gland issue that's been going on. It's like, I'm seeing all the specialists, I'm getting all of the things that need to be done, but, you know, anybody, casual in-passing people, if they find out about it, it's like, oh, well, you know, you should try this. Like, chew on the other side of your mouth. I'm like, do you think that I've been dealing with this for 2 months and I haven't freaking tried that? Come on. Anyway, drives me up the wall. All right, last round, and go. Everybody's an expert, you know? Or like, oh, my cousin tried this thing and it really worked for her. You should do that. I'm like, well, no. Because I'm going to trust the doctors that are telling me what to do, even though the healthcare system sucks, but they still have more knowledge than something random somebody tried once. Last 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and switching over to the other side. Ooh, funky on the elbow there. There we go. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a twist. Almost there. 10 more seconds. Keeping the chest nice and open. Don't let the shoulders collapse. Last 5, and 3, 2, 1. Yeah. We did it, y'all. Okay. Take a break. Going into our lower body work, starting by activating the glutes. So we're actually going to be doing this on the feet today. Now, I'm going to be using my band. I will say this one is more effective if you have a resistance band to put around your legs. If you do have a resistance band to put around your legs, put it around your knees or like directly above the knee. So the bottom edge should be at the top of your kneecap. If you do not have a resistance band, you're going to be doing essentially squat walks. So these are for time. I'm going to time 45 seconds for the first one and then 30 seconds for the superset. So you can time along with me if you want. If you want to time at home, it's 45 and 30. Or if you want to change it to like 30 and 15, whatever feels comfortable. But regardless of whether or not you have a band, if you have a band, again, it's around your knees. But for 45 seconds, we're going to be doing lateral squat walks. So keeping nice and low in the legs. If you don't have a band, try to get even lower to make it a little bit more challenging. And then for 30 seconds, we're going forward and back, squat walks. So keeping the legs wide the whole time, okay? So it's gonna look a little funny, but it's okay. That's what we're here for. Nobody's watching you. I would say nobody's watching me, but apparently everybody is. Okay, so 45 seconds, 30 seconds. Let's do it. Let's do it. I feel like this is too early in the season for this to be playing. Everybody knows the Nutcracker, right? It's the wrong time of year. Okay, starting with our 45 seconds lateral squat walks. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So if you have a band, actually, even if you don't have a band, the legs are staying wide the whole time. So you are never bringing the feet together. Wide legs the whole time. Toes pointing straight ahead. I know it can be tempting to turn the toe out on that leading foot. Don't do it. Resist the temptation. "15 more seconds here, and then we're going forward and back. And last 5, 3, 2, 1, and then 30 seconds, forward and back. Trying to keep the weight towards the heels. Again, if you're doing this without the band, try to get a little bit lower, because as you can see, I'm not very low, because the band is absolutely killing my glutes right now. I don't need to be. 10 more seconds here. But if you don't have the resistance of the band to increase the amount of work that you're doing, increase it with your body. And 3, 2, 1. Whoo! Oh yes, glutes are activated. They are awake, fully awake. Yeah. Do a little shimmy if you need to loosen things up. Got 2 more sets of that, and then we're moving on. Oh, we got some fun stuff today. Okay, I'm going to go for my next set in 3, 2, 1. You're not going to be covering much distance, by the way, because you're keeping your legs wide the whole time. Each step is actually fairly small. They should not be big steps, right? 15 more seconds. And last 5, 3, 2, 1. Woo, forward and back. Oh my goodness. Feeling this. Boy, am I feeling this. Ten more seconds. Good Lord. What have I done? What have I done? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Glutes are feeling this. They are feeling this. Okay, one more superset. I'm gonna let my band come off for a second. Shake it out. One more, and then we're gonna get into some curtsy lunges and some squats. Everybody's favorite. This almost sounds like a jig. Oh, yeah. I have to skip over the ones that was called Fiddle Faddle, and it looked like a more modern composer. So I have to skip over the ones that aren't like, that don't appear old enough to be public domain, because I don't want to get in trouble for licensing. Okay, last round in 3, 2, 1, and go. And 15 more seconds. We got this. The glutes can do this. It's going to be fine. And last 5, 3, 2, 1. Whew, taking it forward and back. Also, if you don't feel comfortable walking backwards, you can just turn around and walk forwards in the other way. Give it a try if you have the space and you're comfortable with it. It can be good to get used to directions and ranges of motion, planes of motion that we're not necessarily as used to. Last 5, and 3, 2, 1. Okay. That glute medius is fired up. Fired up. So 3 different glute muscles. You've got your gluteus maximus, which is your peach, the main booty. Then your medius is like, and not like meaty-is, medius, medium. Medius is like here, and then your minimus is right in there. They're all very important. Okay, curtsy lunge to a squat. We're going to do whatever weights you have. We're doing medium-ish weight on this, but you will want 2 of them. We're not doing an offset on the curtsies today. So I'm just using my kettlebells. But for the curtsy lunge, I'm just going to be hanging down at the sides, then stepping back at a diagonal, dropping down into your lunge, coming forward. So from the front, actually, let me get rid of these for a second. From the front, back of the diagonal, drop down, back to center. So when you're down at the bottom of that curtsy, you should have a right angle in both knees, and then stepping back to forward. Excuse it. Excuse me. Are we good? We're good. Okay. So we're gonna do 10 on one side, and then switch and do 10 on the other side. And then we're gonna come up and do some squats. So if you have dumbbells, you're just gonna hold them up at the collarbone. If you have kettlebells, like me, you're gonna flip them to the backs of your arms and squat here. Now, as you know, I do not give a freak how low your squats are. You do whatever feels right for your knees, for your hips, for your body. You don't have to be like ass to grass. You don't even have to be parallel. You can be whatever depth feels okay on your body. So if that's here, that's fine. If you're all the way down here, that's fine. I don't know if I can even get ass to grass. If you're way down, that's fine. Whatever feels good. Not picky about it at all. Just try to keep the chest open so that the shoulders aren't collapsing forward as you come down into your squat. So try to keep a nice open chest and shoulder region. Okay, are we ready? Oh, I forgot to tell you how many squats we're doing. We're doing 8 to 10. We'll see how I feel when I get there, but 8 to 10. 10 curtsies, 8 to 10 squats. You ready? Well, how does so much crap get on my mat? I do not understand this. I literally just vacuumed, and there's so much crap on my mat. Ugh. Being an adult never ends. Okay, round one, when you're ready. Make sure you're breathing. And when you get to 10 on each side, going into your squat. Driving up through the glutes. I'll do 10 on this round. Well, feeling good, feeling fresh. And then take a break when you're done. Open the window. So the reason I always start with glutes is it is actually pretty important to activate your glutes before you go into other exercises. Kind of the same reason I start with core, is you want to get some of that core activation in, just to kind of, it's essentially waking up the muscles, getting them warm, getting them ready to do more work. So when you're doing other exercises, they are engaging in the way that they should. You can kind of think of it as like sending them a reminder text or a reminder email and being like, hey, we have a workout coming up. Are you going to be there? And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, totally forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. We're good. Because it can be hard for some people to feel the engagement of certain muscles when they're doing different movements. And glutes are often one of those. So kind of waking them up and doing something that's very isolated to the glutes can be helpful, or is very often helpful, to get them functioning as they should with something like lunges or squats. All right, speech over. Moving into round two when you're ready. I'm going to start on the other side this time, just for shits and giggles. If you want to add a balance in that lunge to make it harder, don't set the foot down when you come up. Weight should be pretty evenly distributed through both feet, but as you come up to standing, try not to just push off with the back foot. Try to make sure you're driving up through that front foot as well, so that that right leg, that quad, that glute, really getting some work in on those. And not putting too much pressure on the back knee. And when you get to 10, going for those squats. These kettlebells are kind of an awkward size. They're very big for 15-pounders, or bulky. And when you get to the end of your set, take a break. Whew. We are getting through this together. Together, wherever we go. Oh, okay, one more set. And we're moving on to our last leg round. It's just going to be a kneel to stand, which I know we all love, and then a single leg sit to stand. Give me one moment. I need to tie back my hair. There we go. Started sweating a lot. There's nothing worse than having bangs in your face when you're sweating. I hate sweaty bangs. Okay. Last one. Here we go. Let's get into it. Woo! That was a terrible lunge. Don't watch me. Don't watch me. I keep screwing up. Don't look at me. All right, when you get to 10 on one side, 10 on the other, it's terrible. Terrible example of a curtsy lunge. Try not to tip forward over the front leg. Upper body should be staying balanced over both legs. I say that as I fall over. I can't look at the camera and talk at the same time, clearly. Almost there. Last two for me. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Take a break. Bloody hell. I'm sweating. Not that that means anything. Just means I'm very warm. Very, very warm. Core temperature has risen. Okay, so next exercise. Now, when I said that lunges were everybody's favorite, what I actually meant was that these are everybody's favorite. Doing a kneel to stand, which is exactly what it sounds like. The official name of this exercise is surrenders, but I fucking hate that name. Pardon my French. Hate it. We're not surrendering anything. We are purely kicking ass. Anyway, you're kneeling and standing. We're going to do 8 of those on each side. Holding a weight optionally. Body weight is fine. If you want to hold the weight to make it harder, also fine. If you want to make it harder for body weight or just variations, you can do this all levels. Instead of just standing up, when you come up out of your kneeling position, come into a squat and then back down. 8 on each side. I'll leave it to you if you want to do all on one side and then all on the other. And what I mean by each side is that the leg that's standing up first is getting most of the work. So standing up first with the right leg or the left leg, or alternating which one you stand with. And then our superset is going to be a single leg sit to stand on whatever stable surface you have that is not too low, unless you have super powerful legs and want to get really low. I'm using my couch, chair, piano bench, coffee table that's not too low, toilet seat. All of them are valid options. So if you feel really uncomfortable with the single leg sit to stand, you can do double leg, feet a little narrower than hip width, turn it into like a narrow squat, sitting down, pressing up through the heels to standing with or without weight. Single leg, one leg is lifted, you're sitting and standing, right? Option to add weight on that one as well. Just depends on how you're feeling today and what you want to do. So we're doing 8 kneel to stand on each side and then 8 sit to stand on each side. Got it? Let's do it. Whenever you're ready. When you get to 8 on one side, going for 8 on the other. I know these take a while. That's why we're only doing 8. And when you get to 8, going for that sit to stand, either single leg or double, whichever feels better. Actually, I'll go this side first. Oh, Lordy. Break when you're ready. Okay. Feeling the quads, my friends. Feeling the dang quads. Two more sets, and then we'll be at the end of our leg journey. Moving into some push-ups, because, you know, what else? It's always push-ups. You know me well enough by now to know that. All right, I'm going to take 10 more seconds of rest and then go into round 2. All right, it's time. Let's do it. Okay. Whew. Whew. And break. All right. Una más. Legs are a little like I can't talk anymore. Legs are done after this next one. Do I need a towel? Glad you asked. Indeed I do. So much sweat. Whew. Also, I'm going to be recording the weekend cardio workout right after this. So if anybody does this workout and then does the weekend cardio or vice versa, I will be wearing the exact same thing. I swear. I have other clothes. It's just, it's easier to knock 2 balls out of the park. I don't like the normal expression of, killing birds. So, okay, last one. Are we ready? Final push for the legs. Whew. Got this. Got this. One more. Well, for me, going into single legs. I know, I feel like I say this every week, but when I'm writing these workouts, I'm always like, oh, this will be a fun combo. Let's do that. And then when I'm doing them, I'm like, Eliza, you asshole. Why did you make these choices? And then inflict them on people. But you know what? I say that, but it's actually really fun for me. I love it. Okay. First, for the upper body, we're doing some eccentric push-ups and a narrow front raise. So, for your eccentrics, I would recommend taking it down a progression or level from what you normally do, unless you're doing wall push-ups, in which case there's nowhere to go. So stay with the wall push-ups. But basically what an eccentric push-up is that you are going really slow and controlled on the way down, and then you've got a normal push on the way up. So we're focusing on the eccentric or lengthening of the muscle. The muscle is being lengthened. Well, muscles are your pectorals, your pecs, your chest muscles. So think about as the elbows come down, they're stretching back. And then as you push, they're contracting. You can feel it if you stick your hand on your pec, on your chest. You can feel it moving. So you can do wall, countertop, couch, knees, toes, table, if it's stable, no rhyme intended, whatever feels good. But elbows here, not here, not here. That's just going to make it harder. Here. Tailbone, pelvis, tucked under so that that core stays engaged and you stay in a nice flat plank position. Because if you're doing push-ups like this, your low back is going to hurt. Just doing that makes it hurt, standing upright. So when I say slow, I mean slow. Like a 3-second count is not 1, 2, 3. It's 1001, 1002, 1003, right? Keep it honest. Keep it honest. And then we're going to superset with a narrow front raise. So you can do either 2 weights or 1. If you have 1 weight, hold it at either end. If you have 2 weights, holding them directly close together so that the pecs are still squeezed. And then you're lifting up to shoulder height. See from the side here and back down to the hips. Keeping the shoulder blades engaged so you're not lifting, pull back, and down. Okay? So we're going for 10 push-ups, 10 eccentric push-ups, and then probably 8 to 10 front raises, depending on how the shoulders are feeling after the push-ups. Good? Good. Round 1. We're running late as always, so my apologies for that. Let's do it. I knew when I did all the single leg stuff today, it was going to take me longer. Okay, take break. Shoulders are feeling it already. So I'm going to go ahead and say that today we're probably going to be 5 minutes overtime, if not a little bit more. So just an FYI, I feel like since I'm not announcing these as classes anymore, and just doing them, like recording it as a live stream, just because it's easier to record it that way, I feel less need to adhere to any particular time schedule, just because, it's not like people are committing to a 60-minute class. If you're clicking into the workout after the fact, you can already see how long it is. Okay, round 2. Let's do it. Whew. We got this, we got this, we got this. I'm gonna come down to my knees. Oh yeah, shoulders are kicking right in. It's great, it's great. Excellent. One more set. Hanging in. It's gonna be okay. Definitely gonna take the last push-up set fully on my knees. So I just don't have the energy for the toes right now. It's just not in me. My breakfast oatmeal is a distant memory at this point. Okay. One more round. We got this. This is it. Then we're going into some back work. A lot of rows. We have a lot of rows coming up. Let's do it. Arms are shaking. Look at that. They're trembling like a leaf. Okay. Done. Okay. Next up, we got some rows. Take a break, please. We're gonna be using both weights, whatever you have for this. If you have heavier weights, I would actually use the heavier weights for this because you have a lot more power in your back and biceps just by nature of the fact that they're bigger muscles. And so you'll probably feel pretty comfortable going a little bit heavier on this. If not, however, Stick with whatever weights you feel comfortable with, please. So we've done rows many, many times. Same form as always. So feet are back hip width apart. You're closing that invisible door behind you with your butt hinging at the hips. So knees are just bending enough to stay in line over the ankles, and your spine is staying nice and neutral. So you're not coming forward like this. You're not coming forward like this. Press the butt back. And try not to arch the back. So keep that tailbone tucked under. Weights are going to be in hand, palms facing each other. You're pulling up and back at a 90-degree. Look at that 90-degree angle in my elbow. That is exactly what you want, because if you pull up really sharply, your upper traps and your shoulders are going to hitch up around the ears. That's not where you want to be. So up and back, engage the shoulder blades. That's your row. So we're going to do 10 of those, and then we're going to flip the palms forward. So palms forward, staying in this position, and then we're going to do 10 more rows with the palms facing forward. Now you might wonder, what's the difference, Eliza? What's the point? Why are you making us do this? And basically what happens with the supine grip, or the palm up grip, you're engaging a lot more of the bicep. So we're kind of focusing on the lats and the shoulders and the scapula muscles, which I won't name because it's a lot of them, but your posture muscles essentially as you pull with the hands facing each other. And then as soon as you rotate forward, you're engaging the biceps a lot more. So we're working on a little bit more bicep. All right, round one. Gonna be more than 5 minutes over time. How about that? Maybe 10 minutes. Round one. When you're ready, 10 and 10. Almost there. And when you get to 10 of each, take a break. I know today's long, I'm sorry. It's because of the timed glute activations that we did at the beginning, 45 seconds and 30 seconds. It's a lot of time that reps wouldn't normally take. And then the single leg work. I don't need to apologize. It's a longer workout. If you want to do a longer workout, this is it for you. If you don't, you can pick another one, and that's fine. All right, round two. Here we go. And break when you're done. One more set. We're almost there. Almost. Do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, last set. This is it, folks. Finish line is near. Oh, I'm feeling those lats. They are fired. almost there. Oh yeah. Lats are active. Oh my goodness. Hairs everywhere. We're done. So if anybody doesn't like the new format where I don't tell people that classes are happening and just record them as a live stream and then notify them later, let me know. But I feel like it's a little bit more feasible because I don't feel like I'm held to as much of a really strict schedule, which, as I've said before, my schedule is bonkers these days. So it's a little bit easier to do it this way. Or if I start at like 10:05 or 10:07 or 9:58, it's all fine. But yeah, leave me feedback if you have it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this workout. I am fully worked out. I hope you are too. New cardio is about to be recorded, so that should be coming up this weekend. And then trying to maintain somewhat of a normal schedule going forward, every other week updates, but we'll see. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Please take care of yourselves out there.